the soap in the know. Boys talking down, I got them diamonds in my mouth.
Well, it's that grind gripper from Houston, Texas. That bar sipper, that bar no flex. I'm straight up out of that Swisher house where G the ass right out of check. So check the neck, check the wrist. I'm baller status from head to toe. My jewelry shop sell more grills than George Foreman. Baby, now you know that ain't an igloo. That's my watch and that ain't snow. Baby, that's my chain. That's not an ice tray. That's my teeth and that's not a snow cone.
Yo.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, David Willis said, where does episode go?
It was
Did
on
you
it.
just cut him out?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on there. Yeah.
He took a nap for a second.
It may have gotten a little bit shorter when I had people, but yeah.
I think I think Morgan might have put her hands on Kevin, bro. Look, he was talking. He says yo, and then it was nothing, and then a bunch of U and S's, and then silence. He might be dead, bro. We might be watching the first 48. That dude, I don't know. She got the heart. I don't know. That dude's dead, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I want to do an intro this weekend or this week. I can't tell you enough how happy I am that we're doing this podcast and the fact that Matt, Scott, and Al are doing this with me. I mean, we look forward to it every Thursday. I just want to show my heartfelt gratitude to these three gentlemen that help me with work. They help me with personal stuff. They help me, of course, with the podcast. We make a great team. I just want to show love for them and tell them how much I appreciate them for being on this podcast.
We feel the same, bro. I mean, 100%.
Absolutely. Look,
y'all let me come on here. I wasn't even y'all's teammate. I wasn't even on this podcast, and y'all reached out to me after episode 1 and got me on.
Look down. Don't you have a cage down there by you? Sometimes some strays got to get in the truck and come home, bro.
Hey, she's doing real well. I bought a shot collar. She's doing real exceptional. Like she don't be humping the leg no more because bitch.
I was gonna say, like, I wasn't on here last week, but I will tell you guys that I listened to the one last week.
Oh shit!
I did, and I will tell you that I got. It sounds crazy to say this. I got more from listening last week than I probably would have got if I was on. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but Ty and I talked about that during the week, and he had said the same thing, that he watched one the time that he was down and out, and just watching the guests interact and watching everybody talk about the stuff that we do and everybody being involved in what's going on in the show, like it's amazing to see. It's just, you go back from one to today.
Yeah.
Night and day.
I do want to give a shout out to my boy Josh Vincent. He's on here, so he was one of the lucky ones that got to push me through the Chiefs season back when that shit mattered, right?
Oh yeah, that was really lucky.
That's
super
Vinny with,
lucky.
Hey, that's Vinny with the N.E., bro. That dude was a certified. Yeah, he's good.
What's up,
hey,
Vinny?
he still has the greatest Halloween costume picture I've ever seen on the planet. He painted his face and dressed like the dude from what is that movie where he has the Mike Tyson tattoo? What is that?
Oh, you're talking about The Hangover, bro.
Yes, bro. Yeah. If I could find that photo, I think it's in my phone. I'll have to send it to y'all. It's
for
the
some
greatest
reason
shit ever.
When I see Josh Vincent's name come up, I swear to God, I went to like the recruiting continuum with that guy.
You probably did.
I probably did.
Super awesome.
Sounds familiar.
Dude. Yeah.
Funny shit.
Yes, that's him.
Doesn't like you could have told him that you were gonna miss by 30, and he'd be like, "Yeah, but we have fun though."
Hey, so he can't defend himself, but I will. I'm gonna tell a story. So when I was going through Chiefs season, I was in the locker room, and I might have been trying to helicopter people in the locker room. Like I had her out, I was getting it all stupid, and this dude spun around with two shoes and straight clapped me, bro. Like, like I never chased him around with the albino black snake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Danielle?
There we go.
Hey, my man Josh, Vinny's in the building, right? That's my man. He's in Chicago. That's my man's in them.
So you know what? Then that is the same Josh Vincent that I remember.
Yeah, that's Vinny, man.
Absolutely, because he was either going or coming from Chicago when we went to. It was either the Continuum. It was a Continuum. We went to Continuum together. He's cool as shit, dude.
Probably. I was in first class, and I rode with him and Stacy Strev and all these like Chiefs and senior Chiefs to a strip club one time, bro. I was out of my league for sure.
True.
What is the story about your voice getting higher, Al?
Clapping shoes on wieners is probably.
Oh, okay. Is that what caused it? That would do it. I'm sorry.
I see Morgan's in the building. Hey, Morgan, how you doing? You know Julie and Davis in the building.
My girl Candace.
Yeah,
he was.
Man, welcome in, y'all. So listen, this is I had to let my man Ty do the thing, but we have to say this, right? This is the Triple Threat Vet Podcast, y'all. We're back again for another week. This is Thursday, February the 28th, 29th? I'm not sure. I missed the
29th
leap year. We're leaping into new things. So I want to say to everybody who is here, welcome in. If you're listening on YouTube, if you're listening on Twitch, if you're listening on what we on, the StreamYard, Facebook, wherever you are, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of the Triple Threat Vet Podcast family. I'm your man, DJ Royal T. In the building, we have my man, Cobb. We have my man, Matt Johnson. And we have the man, the myth, the legend, Al Heroes in the building. We got special guests coming in today. But today is going to be a good day. I can feel it, even though the devil is trying to pull me down, y'all. I've had
Talk to me.
They've been kind of sobering, man. I had a talk with my cousin, and I just realized, man, like this mental health thing is a real deal. Like, I just, I feel a way because I just really feel like some people in the world just don't really understand this thing. And when you talk to people who are really troubled in dealing with things that they've seen and what they have to deal with on the other side, it's hard, man. I had a good talk with my cousin today. My cousin is a combat veteran. He served in the Army and in the Marines. And just talking with him, man, just him being able to express his truth a little bit just makes you realize, man, how hard this thing really is. And the only way that I can get people to kind of understand it is for somebody who served for several years, right? And then you have people who are on the civilian side who have been civilians for the majority of their time. If you could take yourself from being on the civilian side and just one day you just go into the military at whatever age you are and just try to see yourself maneuvering for the next 15, 20 years, right? You can't say that you would not be changed because everything that you know on the civilian side is going to change once you become, once you go to the military side. So before you, say that all military people are crazy or we're just trying to figure out ways to maneuver the government to get things and stuff like that, think about it, right? Because you've been living in your realization of how life has been working for you your whole time without any kind of disruptions. But for us, we raised our hand and made a call to do a lot of things that people a lot of people don't have the courage to do, the mindset to do, or the heart to do. So before you guys talk down on military people, I think that, it's not what it is, and that people aren't really having real issues. Just think about that, because they are. And I just want to give a shout out to my cousin, man. I know it's rough, even for my man Mendy's and a lot of other service members that I know. It's tough, man. And I really want you guys to know that us at the Triple Threat Vet Podcast, we're here for you guys. This is what we wanted to do, is create a platform that you guys can talk and be amongst your brothers and sisters again. And that's what we wanted to do. So that mental health thing is real out there. People are really struggling. So when you see a vet, hug a vet, love a vet, talk to a vet, understand a vet. That's my catch. This is DJ.
Well, I would tell you real quick though, like for last week when I listened, you guys talked about a lot of that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys talk about that stuff and you're talking about veterans and what they're going through, I think sometimes people don't realize, including ourselves. One thing that I would have brought up last week is sometimes you need someone to pick up the phone when you call them and just go, shut up and listen.
Yep.
All I want to do is just get it out, and then let them get it out, and afterwards you're good to go. But so many times people want to give you a solution or a way to fix something, or, a way to do it better. And sometimes you just are like, I just want to do what I did back in the day. Like I would just walk in, bitch and complain. Everybody would be like, man, shut the fuck up. And then you would roll on, and it's good. But sometimes you just got to get it out. So I think that sometimes people don't realize all you want to do is just let it out. Like, what do you do with your kids? When your kids throw a temper tantrum, what do you do?
Yeah, let them get it out.
They'll be all right in like 5 minutes. They're going to tire out and they'll be done, right? It's kind of the same thing, even though we're grown-ass men and women. Like, it happens, but.
What I would say is this too, and you kind of talked about, you nailed it, DJ, right? To the civilians out there, right? The civilians out there who really feel a certain way or have something that you need to get off your chest, or you need to say, from the bottom of my heart, I really want to be completely honest and upfront with you right now, and just say, and I've really been doing good in the podcast and kind of watching what I say, but I really want to say this just openly and honestly, and I probably speak for most veterans and everybody on this podcast, to the civilians out there who have something that they want to say, or they feel like the veterans are trying to. I just want to tell you from, deep down, fuck you. You can suck my whole dick, right? That's all I want. Fuck you and your mama. All that. You can suck my whole dick. Just want to put it out there.
I knew it was coming. I saw it bubbling up. I saw it bubbling up.
The build-up's there.
It's coming over.
You and your mama, your baby mama, or your whole family, your dog, your cousin, your cat, fuck all y'all.
Oh, man. Well, I just want to say shout out to my cousin, man. My cousin Grunt, my man Joe Cooley, my man Master Chief, Master Chief Massey. We played a video game together, man, but really that is our safe haven. I don't want to say safe word, but people don't understand why we spend that hour or 2 hours a day with each other, just playing basketball on the game or whatever, because it is therapy. You know what I mean? For that point of time, we all understand each other. We can talk, whatever, laugh, however it goes, but we need that, and we're drawn to it. Same thing like this podcast. I yearn for Thursdays because I know I can get things off my chest. I'm amongst people that I know wholeheartedly have my best interest in hand, and then we talk to each other throughout the week. It's just been different. This week has been a little hard, man. I normally talk to my man Matt every day. But I had to call him the other day just to be like, hey, bro, I just call him, man, because I miss you, man, tell you I love you. I didn't want nothing, but, it just when things change and get moved around, you just realize, man, what kind of friend you have. And sometimes you don't realize what you don't have until it's not there anymore. So I'm happy to be here, man, even though it's been one of them days, but I'm getting
That's like David Willis, man. He really has, whether he knows it or not, right? He's really helped me a whole lot because he'll hit me up on just a random day like, hey, you want to jump on the podcast and be on it. So I get a little dose of therapy with him because, we connect really well, right? I get that therapy with him and get to get on his podcast. And, it's such a phenomenal, there it is, right?
There it is.
Such a phenomenal network of podcasters and veterans. And it just really speaks to what this community is, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're still currently putting on the cloth of the nation every day, or you hung it in the back of your closet somewhere, and now you're one of us, right? Welcome to the greener grass side as a veteran. But it's a testament to what this podcast does and what our mission is, right? Because now we do have a new mission and we have a new target, a new objective that we're working towards, and it's awesome to have a ton of other veteran podcasts that are out there. Now they ain't all number one like us, but they out there, right? Doing great, doing big shit too. And it's awesome to have friends like David Willis who reaches out and says, "Hey brother, jump on." And he don't know if I'm having a bad day and I'm having shit going on. I mean, there's guys like Kevin Cash or Matt Johnson or the Scotts who reach out and say, "Just checking on you, love you." Want to, now I would prefer Kevin Cash not send me the Mangina photos, but hey, I know he's thinking about me, right? So.
Yeah, but think about it. So that's part of what we do, right? You just talked about it. We do this every week. We want to bring people on. We want to talk to people. We want to learn about their story. We want to hear what they've done. We want to know what they're doing. And we can do that again today. So today we got another guest. We got somebody coming on. And unfortunately, this is a guy that says he knows Al really well. So y'all just be ready. I don't know what it's going to be like when he comes in today.
Hey, before he hops on, I will tell y'all this about Josh. So when I first came into recruiting, me and him came into Atlanta around the same time, that 09 time frame, right? 08, 09 time frame. And so he worked for a guy named Dan McKenna, who a lot of people don't like Dan, and people give
we've
Dan
seen him on here a few times, actually.
But Dan McKenna's ass, bro, that's a real leader. That's a master. Like he was in a recruiting, it's all competition, right? Oh shit, there he is. It's all competition. But when I came into recruiting in Atlanta, bro, like Dan was like, no bullshit, was the Nick Saban of the fucking DLCPOs. Like
Nick Saban, huh?
This guy literally, and Josh could tell you, I've only seen 3 people in my entire Navy career get promoted, like capped, pretty much straight up promoted to chief petty officer. And 2 of those motherfuckers belong to Dan McKenna, right? Cousins and some other fucktard. I don't remember his name. But they all belong to Dan. But I remember when like Dan would come around and like our division was like, we were number 2. We were, I ain't gonna lie, right? We were trying to compete with them, and like they were the pinnacle. They were the benchmark trying to hit. But the one thing about Dan McKenna is that dude, bro, when he came around, he didn't give a fuck if you were his direct report and you were his guy. He was a fucking chief, like you, and then a senior chief, and now he's a master chief. But you were his guy because he wore them anchors and he wore khakis. You were his guy. He took time out of his time to mentor and train and pull you alongside, real like Don Massey, right? Bring you in and give you that guidance and give you that fucking that good ass training, right? That GAT. He just did, man. And Josh was part of like a fucking powerhouse team in Panama City. So I was already a fucking hater because I'm in Columbus, stank ass Georgia in the hood. This dude's down in Panama City with the
by the beach.
Yeah, Josh was a fucking certified stud when he came into the game, right? And he's done a lot. He's been a detailer, so he's learned a whole lot about that other side of the business, and just an outstanding guy, right? He gets high marks from me. He's a Georgia boy, born and bred, and the same thing, a really good leader. Never did I pick up the phone as an ACR and call him for one of my guys or one of my sailors and say, "Hey, I need help," and he could have been like, tell them motherfuckers to go on assist and put their orders in and do it the other way. But he really would, had a heart for service and a heart for people. And he would really work to help people that really needed help, right? Just an outstanding, phenomenal motherfucker. So
there you go.
So does that mean we're going to bring him in and let him talk?
Yeah, let's bring him in.
Yeah, let's bring him on.
Okay. There he is. There's that guy right there. What's going on,
there you go, James. James wants this shirt.
Who wants that shirt?
James, my boy James.
Oh, okay.
He knows what's up. Josh, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
So are you in Georgia or what?
No, I'm in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah, they may not look too good about all that gear you're wearing in Fort Worth right now.
Now, how you got football on in the back, bro? And this football's over with. What you got?
He's got Georgia games on a loop, probably. He probably masturbates to Georgia games when like nobody was around. He was probably got his pants up.
Football's year round. Always. I mean, I don't have any buff games going on right now, but I'm always.
Oh, okay. I see you got some footballs back there. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought, you were a sports podcaster.
Yeah, right.
Future. Yeah.
Hey.
There you go.
Drew, huh? We know some production guys that can help you out.
Yeah.
So what's up, good brother? I haven't seen you in a couple of Sundays, man. What's been going on with you? What's new? Tell us about yourself. Let us know who we dealing with today. We got Josh Hammonds in the building. Josh, where you grew up from? Where you
right outside of Atlanta, born and raised.
Born and raised in the ATL, shawty. You seen it?
Yeah. So.
Hey, Hey, he's from the suburbs like the rest of us. Don't let him.
Oh shit! Are you missing?
from the
Are you
swats.
missing DPR right now? Somebody
Like-
said you should be DPRing right now.
Oh, Dan. Well, look, there's a lot of things I can say about Dan McKenna. Right. No, I tell you, man, Dan was my CR in San Fran, and he spent many nights trying to
Straighten you out.
straighten my ass out. So,
Yeah.
But you know what? I tell people all the time, like, you know, I come from the cloth of Dan McKenna's, the Rossers, the Tony Dyers. You start dropping names like that,
Yeah.
and people have their opinion, but it's automatic street cred in our world, right?
They're all haters, bro. They have opinion because they're haters. That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, Dan, I mean, he knows I ain't got to say this publicly, but man, that dude could have gave up on my ass many, many times, and he didn't. And he took all the time in the world and patience to mentor a young chief that needed to see things from a different perspective. And I talked to him. I think we talked a couple weeks ago. We'd be on the phone for about an hour, so that's brotherhood right there, you know. So, but yeah, I'm from right outside of Atlanta. Born and raised.
Now, when you say right outside of Atlanta, what does that mean?
Well, I was born. Don't let Al get it twisted. I was born in Atlanta, okay? Like
Grady Hospital. That's why y'all.
You was from the ATL, like Atlanta.
Yeah, right. Oh, I grew up in Marietta for quite a while.
Oh yeah, okay, Marietta. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
but then moved out to Douglasville, Georgia, and
Yep.
spent the rest of my youth out there, and actually joined the Navy out of there. So,
Yep. That was one of my stations out there.
I'm
Douglasville.
about to say he gets some street credit. Douglasville is like, it's a shithole. You know what I'm saying?
It
It's a shithole.
it wasn't when I grew up.
Yeah, it's right inside the mall right there.
Yeah.
It's right inside the mall.
Our
Yeah.
place. So,
Yeah, I had Douglasville, Smyrna.
Oh, there you go. Look at this, Al.
yep.
That's all you need to know right there.
He's not
It
lying.
might have been a mistake back in the day.
My
No big
dad
deal,
said the
though.
best part of me rode on the crack of my mama's ass and ended up standing on the bed sheet. So I don't really know what that means.
I
But
think you've been cheated.
I think
So,
you
Josh-
cheated.
So you're still active right now, correct?
Yep. So,
For how much longer?
we'll see.
Yeah, you see that?
We'll see. Look, are you hanging on to the results? You waiting to see how it works?
I do. I will be. God is my witness. My wife is my witness. I do not hang on. That is not what drives me, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
real talk. I mean, I'm I've got a couple years. Let's just put it that way. So,
Okay.
got a couple years left. I actually hit my 18-year mark officially in probably like 6 or 7 days. So I got a lot of thinking to do if you catch my drift. So
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were all there.
yeah,
We were all there.
yeah.
So what are you doing up there? What's your role?
So I'm the ACR out here at the Navy Reserve Recruiting Command in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, DFW area, and that
Nice.
covers all of Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Tennessee, Arkansas, a little bit of Mississippi and Louisiana.
Mm.
Are you an active guy? Or are you one of the like
One of the
sales
cool
guys,
ones.
guys?
You can say it. One of the cool ones.
Yeah.
Well, they used to call us FTS, right? Now they're
So you were an FTS guy?
yeah. Well, and I was told by many people that acronym, first to suck, first to stitch, into it. A lot of active guys,
Yeah.
But I tell
Listen,
you,
back in the day, that was true, though. Back in the day, that was true.
Yeah.
As soon as we
Hey,
like
you
combined
better not
that
let-
up,
hey.
and people had to go to work, they were like, "What do you mean I can't just make a yearly calendar, get to 24 and 4, and take the rest of the year off?" We're
Right.
like, shit, we don't do that.
You better not let Sean DeWitt. You said that shit, man. Hey, we'd ask Sean DeWitt all the time. He'd come in the schoolhouse and I'd be like, "Hey, Master Chief, like, did you? I think you forgot an item off a uniform. Did you leave your warfare device?" Like, he's like, "Oh, I don't have them, but I got these stores. got these 2 stores
Right.
right here."
Yeah.
I don't get it twisted there. I'm dual warfare, so I'm.
There you go.
See, that's why I never would have known that you were FTS because
No.
You took
about it.
advantage of those 2 weeks a year, bro.
I was a reservist for all of about maybe 6 months.
yeah.
There you go.
So,
So, Josh, talk about it. Tell us a little bit about like just your family and what got you started. Like, how did you end up where you're at? Right? How did you get into the military? Where'd you start? How'd you get here? Why'd you get here? Right? Why'd you join the service? What happened?
So I joined the delayed entry program probably about 6 months after 9/11. Yeah, I think it was about 6 months. So I was a senior in high school when 9/11 happened, and I always had that draw. Always had that feeling that I wanted to be in the military at some point. Like my dad was in the military, my grandfather was in the military. I come from a military background, but I was, I lost my father when I was 8 years old. So basically, it was just me and my mom. I'm a only child, and so I went around mostly my life just always drawn to like people in uniform. My grandfather was also a retired Atlanta police officer. He was a detective. He was a captain for the Atlanta Police Department, and so I was always drawn to people in uniform and things like that. So I just remember being in school and watching movies, and I just always got that goosebumps, those emotional feelings whenever I'd watch like Black Hawk Down, We Are Soldiers, one of my favorite movies growing up was Navy SEALs, and so it was just always something for me that I was always drawn to. But when 9/11 happened, it really gave me that tug. I remember that speech that President Bush made right after 9/11, and he stood up there and held up that badge, and I remember that moment as a senior in high school, and I'm like, shit's about to hit the fucking fan. Like, we're about to go to war. And my mother begged and pleaded for me not to do it. She was like, hey, go to college. I'll help you pay for college. I'm her only child. I'm her baby. You know what I'm saying? And with the uncertainty of what was going on around 9/11, she was just like, hey, please don't join the military and things like that. So I listened to her, and I went to college for one semester, and I pulled a 1.1 GPA. And my mom was like, yeah, you can go in the Navy now. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's one way of doing it, right?
Yeah,
that money ain't that good.
But I did go to college for like one semester, and I just realized, hey, you know what? Like, college is not for me right now. And I just always had that draw, and it was a ripple effect of people. Some guys that I grew up with, we all joined the Navy right around the same time. So it was like I was like the third, group of friends, and ended up just joining the Navy right there in Douglas, Georgia.
Josh, look, he said, wasn't that also your PPR 1.1?
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's Dan for you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Luckily, I got the GPA up. I actually finally graduated college, 22 years later, last August.
Shout out Post University.
Congratulations.
Trident University, all the NC universities.
Yeah. A lot of people go to college for 20 years, and they're called Navy veterans. So.
Yeah, that's true, for sure.
So what was your rate prior to going in recruiting, Josh? What did you do when you first joined in?
I was an aircrew guy, AW. Yeah, so I did that for a couple of years. Well, my first enlistment, and then got out after my first enlistment. I was thinking the grass was greener on the other side. It was around 2007-ish, into 2007. So I was thinking like the grass was greener, and got out, went back to college again. And, then the economy tanked, and then, times were tough around that. I don't know if you guys remember that, but you guys were all in.
Oh yeah, we were reaping.
Yeah, we weren't quitters, Josh. We didn't quit. We didn't quit.
Right. So I got out, but I joined the reserves, right away to get that, and I met my wife, my girlfriend at the time, and we dated for about a year. We did things reverse. We had the baby first instead of the marriage first.
That's how we do it in Georgia, bro.
You just got to try it out, right?
That's
you got to try it out.
That's how we do shit down here, bro.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I ended up being in the reserves, and then having a baby on the way, and I was bartending and trying to pay for college at the same time, because we didn't have that nice, 9/11 GI Bill when I first went to college, or when I went to college the second time. So, and ended up putting a request in to go back on active duty, and that's when they put me down in Panama City, Florida. So
Julie, what's a PPR?
Yeah, so Julie, check this out. A PPR is, as a military recruiter, you got to put in so many people. Yeah. If you got a 1.1 PPR, that means you put in 1.1 people into the military every month.
Yeah, person per recruiter.
Yeah, and people that got a 1.1 PPR, they said you're trying, but you ain't succeeding.
And I'll tell you right now, 1.1 PPR get your ass an EP in today's market.
Bro, 1.1 PPR
crazy.
make you National Recruiter of the Year right now. What you talking about?
Man.
Definitely was not 1.1 back in my day. You had to break out 3 to 4.
Yeah, you didn't have 3 or 4. You was trash.
Yeah.
They were talking.
Morgan, you got to put in what you thought it meant. Put what you thought it meant in the comments, Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You could definitely do that. But here's the thing, though. Back then, like putting people in the military, you take all the matrites. People that don't go to boot camp, and you got to make them up. Like it's part of the hustle. Like me and Al were talking about that the other day. I was like, man, if I would have known really what pressure was like you calling me at like 9:00 at night to tell me I need to get some shit together, and realizing, man, we can't schedule nobody to maps at 9:00 at night. Why am I taking this ass chewing? You know what I mean? But like back then to now, it's just a different thing, and now recruiters are dealing with different pressures. Yeah. I'm sure you see that all the time. And being a reserve ACR, oh shit, I don't envy you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So Josh, you went to Millington too, right? You were a detailer up there, right? How'd you like that?
Yeah. So I mean, when I left, Panama City, I did my tours around the country and recruiting and stuff. Went to Michigan and San Fran, like I said. But Millington was a complete eye-opening experience. And if you non-Navy folks, like Millington is where all the magic happens in the Navy. So that is the headquarters for a lot of things that happen.
That's like the Army CENTCOM.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where we spend your tax dollars. Yeah. That's what that means.
And that's the thing, man. Like that, they picked the most odd place, right, to drop, like where all the magic happens, in the most boring, just like in the middle of nowhere place. But
it's smart though. They want to make sure you work all the time. Right. We don't put in no fun shit here. We just need you to work. That's it.
I was like,
that's where they could appropriate the most land.
If you're gonna put it in Tennessee, like we had not gotten it closer to Nashville, you know what I'm saying?
No, because then you would have had fun.
Right. So, James.
That's what I thought, James. That's what I thought too, buddy.
What did he say? What did James say for the people who can't see it?
Look at James coming through strong.
Oh, you can't see it, Scott?
No,
it's too far away from you. It's on the other side of your room.
No, but for the people who are listening on the podcast that can't see it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Penis pump retriever.
And first of all, James, the penis pump retrievers for us are the Marines. That's who run and get our penis pumps, not ourselves. Okay.
So they thought PPR standing for penis pump retriever.
Yeah. That's AKA United States Marine Corps. That's it.
Yeah, but how many times do you?
You said how many times do you what?
Matt's on mute again.
Yeah, Matt muted himself on accident.
Oh, I didn't know that was something I shouldn't say. So when you say those acronyms, how many people tell you, I have no idea what the fuck you're saying right now? You're like, oh shit, well this is what that means. And then you look at it 5 minutes later and you go, never mind, it's not that funny. I'm not going to keep talking about
it. So Josh, I guess fast forward. So you're in Dallas now. You hit your 18-year mark. What else you got going on outside of just your military service? Anything else?
Hold on before we get into that. Let's take a little break here and pay the bills.
Yeah, it's 8:30.
Yeah, and shout out to my son Kason for watching. Thanks, buddy. I had lunch with him today, and I was gonna say I couldn't get the word in edgewise earlier, but even talking with my son today, my 23-year-old son, not Tatum, the 11-year-old, but talking with my 23-year-old son Kason was very therapeutic for me today because I had not seen him in a while. So we drove all the way down to my other daughter's house. He picked up some stuff, and just that ride alone was very therapeutic. So love you, buddy. All right, we'll be right back in a few minutes.
Josh, we're here live on the Triple Threat Vet Podcast with my man Joshua Hammonds. We're about to take a second to pay some bills because that's what we do.
And you know this. And you know man.
Get ready to groove to the electrifying sounds of DJ Royal T, the maestro of mixing who knows how to turn any event into an unforgettable dance sensation. Royalty Entertainment is here to bring you the ultimate musical experience straight from the ones and twos in your ears and through your body to activate them dancing shoes. Get ready to sweat, party, and have a good time while your DJ needs are being blazed by none other than me, DJ Royal T. I have spent years crafting together a DJ entertainment empire that promises a customized blend of musical tracks, mix and mastering, and top quality sound, all while providing a vibrant ambiance to accommodate any of your DJ needs. Royalty Entertainment Services is your premier one-stop shop for top-tier musical entertainment and is hosted by yours truly. For more information, reservations, and booking, feel free to look around the website at godjroyalty.com. I am DJ Royalty, and this has been another Royalty Entertainment production. Yeah.
Gear up in style wearing Got Your Six apparel. Every purchase makes a difference. It's more than just clothing, it's a statement of gratitude. Upgrade without breaking the bank. Discover cost-effective, high-quality clothing made in the USA. Each shirt is handcrafted by our team in the great state of Texas and shipped for free to your front door. Got Your Six is where quality meets purpose. We're a small veteran-owned business that takes pride in the mission and the value of our products. Join us in growing a community, supporting our heroes, veterans, and first responders by wearing a custom design.
I thought you'd never ask.
Visit sameflagsameoath.com and use the code TRIPLETHREAT for 10% off. Follow us on all social media platforms for any upcoming releases or events, and you can reach out to us with questions anytime. We are here to support our brothers and sisters.
Off-roading. The art of getting dirty and going broke while slowly heading nowhere and taking all day to do it.
Project Zero is a registered 501c3 with a mission to transform veteran and first responder well-being through our total wellness approach that addresses your mental, physical, and social wellness. We're still reflecting on a powerful year of impact with Project Zero. In 2023, we proudly served 198 first and frontline responders, military veterans, and their families through our transformative mental health programs, our outdoor programs, and our fitness programs. Find out more on our website, projectzero.com. Just get out there.
Hey everyone, Mac Verdi here with Veteran Mortgage Solutions. As the founder of Veteran Mortgage Solutions, I am a U.S. Army combat veteran. My team of loan officers are all military veteran. We are here to help our veterans. That being said, if you need to get pre-qualified for the home you saw down the street, if you want us to pull your COE for free, or if you just want advice or knowledge on your VA home loan, give us a call today. Go to my website, veteranmortgagesolutions.com. I personally will give you $500 off towards closing costs. If you do not have a realtor, I have a realtor program with a realtor in your area that will also give you back money at closing. And those realtors are veterans or spouses of veterans. Here at Veteran Mortgage Solutions, if you call us, we will answer. If you leave us a message, we will call you back as soon as possible. Veterans mean the world to us, and our customer service is 100%. Have a wonderful day, and if you are looking to use your VA home loan, reach out to the experts in the VA home loan industry, and that is me, veteranmortgagesolutions.com.
Dude,
absolutely one of the best movies of all time.
We're talking shit, but me and my daughter weekly, that's what we do. Weekly.
Yeah.
I keep them on deck because she might come around the corner and want to get it in. And Dad's got to, show her how we get down.
Me and my boys used to play that game, but BJ shot me right in the eye, like right in the eye. Well, you know what I mean? So we had to stop that early.
That's actually my daughter's. I cheated. I got her the shitty one. Like you got to cock it and shoot one round. And mine's battery operated. I'm just like coming around the corner, just man, lighting her up.
Yeah.
I shoot the dogs with it too when my wife's not looking. So.
Oh, that's true, Willis. I was talking to Willis on the phone when my son walked into my office today, and I didn't know he was coming, and it scared the shit out of me because he's not a small individual. It's like having another man in the house. It was strange. So yeah, absolutely, Willis, right.
Oh man.
So this is fun, man. Let's bring Josh back on. I love hearing this guy's story. I'm interested to hear the rest of his story, and I want to talk about him being an ATL fan because I think you can see I am definitely an ATL fan as well.
Uh-oh. But wait a minute, hold on.
Bring Josh. Yeah, hold on.
It's happening right
Hold on 1 second.
We might have a surprise in here. For
Blurry. Who is this?
Who
might have
Hey, I recognize the beard. I think.
Yes, you do.
I recognize the clothes, the
wow.
outfits, bro. The damn Versace cowboy. I recognize it.
I mean, you never know what can happen on this show, right? You never know.
You never know. America, you are now about to witness something amazing.
Hey,
There he is.
What's up, everybody?
There he is. What's
man.
going on, brother?
What's up?
Oh man, making life happen. My earbuds aren't working right now, so I hope y'all hear me all right.
Yeah,
we can hear you just fine.
What's up, bub?
He's got to take.
And I'm here. I'm doing a shift tonight, helping a friend of mine out over here in Richmond. But I'm here, baby. I'm here with y'all. How are y'all doing?
We're doing great, brother.
It's funny. I
Great.
just texted you, so.
So let me
What's
ask
up,
you
David?
this. Yeah, there you go, Bubba. So tell me, what do you got going on important in the next week?
So in the next week, we'll be at Rodeo Houston, at the Rodeo Houston Hideout, which is like pretty much the biggest stage to play at Rodeo Houston next to the main stage. And I will be playing after the one and only Jelly Rolls.
There he is.
Next week, Wednesday.
That's what I'm talking
And
about.
There you go.
I'm excited, man. That's like one of my favorite artists. And I mean, when they told me that I was on that bill, I was like, all right.
There you go.
That's gonna be a
I don't
killer
care
show,
what's going on. I'm going to be there that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't care what's going on. I'll be there too.
There you go. Well, real quick, I did want to say one thing real quick. I
What's
want
up,
to give
brother?
you a huge congratulations, my friend.
Yeah.
You're a new dad again.
Thank you,
I didn't know
guys.
if you were gonna bring it
Congratulations
up,
on the
so
baby.
I just text you that, like, hey, congrats.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you were
man.
going to bring it up. So, yeah, man,
cool.
So tell us what's
Hey,
going on, man.
that's why he's out there helping a friend tonight. He got to buy them damn diapers,
Pampers,
bro.
baby.
That's right.
Hey.
That's right. I'm out here doing it.
Yeah.
That
you
hustle
go,
never
man.
stops. That hustle never stops, baby.
Yes.
You got one on the way, huh?
Yes, sir.
I got one on the way. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited. We were told that we couldn't have kids, man. So it was pretty devastating to my wife. We found that out in August of last year. And, but we serve a mighty God, man. And God had a totally different plan than what we expected. I mean, to the point to where her and I were already looking at fostering and adoption and found out she was pregnant. And we're, beyond the moon, man. We're excited. I'm excited. I'm pumped because-
Thanks, brother.
That's what
Thank you,
happens,
man.
brother,
Thank
when
you,
you
guys.
don't listen to Bernie Mac. See, Bernie Mac said sex is 50 pumps. But if you do 51, you can get the job done, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Bubba Dub know how to love, my man. That's it.
Well, if we add them all up, it might have equaled 70 something. So
there
we're
you go.
good.
Okay.
Well, see,
Long in the draws.
Drop
that's
it
what
in.
happens, man, with my favorite song. I can't get you out of my mind while you're sitting on my face. See,
That's very true.
Hey, there it is. So I know how it goes down.
Hey, I sent that song to my song to my grandma. I was like, "You got to hear this, Granny." You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll be bumping that in the car.
hey,
My wife, like,
He said, well, back in the day, Albert, that's the way it used to go down.
no, but
Well,
man, I'm
so
super happy for you,
Bubba,
bro.
I know that you got a lot going on today, but I know that you came on here today because you have something that you want to do and you want to announce something. So I want to give you that platform to announce what you want. And we know that you're playing the Hideout, huge stage, huge honor. But I think you got something a little more cool than that to put out today.
Yeah, so we had talked with y'all, me and Matt, been talking about it, and they give me some tickets and stuff to give away, and unfortunately a lot of those were already taken and spoken for. But I wanted to highlight some veterans, man, and just give a shout out to the veterans and do as much as I can to try to help out the veteran community. I know Matt and I and all y'all guys on the podcast have stayed close after y'all invited me on the podcast, and so the reason I'm saying that is because I wanted to highlight some veterans at my show and to give some veterans some tickets to see Jelly Roll. And thank y'all guys. We were able to do that. So we will be giving away 2 tickets to Jelly Roll, and I'll be giving away 2 VIP passes to hang out with us. We're going to highlight y'all at my show at the Hideout on Eastern Rodeo. And so what we're going to do for all the veterans out there, what you need to do is to comment in the post. I'll be making a post on my personal page, Bubba Wesley on Facebook. And all you have to do is post a picture of yourself, what branch of the military you served in, and what years that you served the military. And you'll be entered to win 2 tickets to go see Jelly Roll and 2 VIP passes to come hang out with me after Jelly Roll. And of course, I'm going to be tossing in a hat and a t-shirt for those veterans, man, because that's the least that I can do for all y'all guys and everything that y'all done to sacrifice for this country. So I truly, truly appreciate y'all. And I hope that somebody out there very deserving wins these tickets, and that his music and my music can speak to you in ways that it does. Music touches my soul. So hope that we get to return that favor to some veterans.
That's awesome.
Look, the hats
absolutely awesome, brother.
are off the hook, dude. The hats are great. So,
Thank you, brother.
So,
I appreciate it.
So do I have to apply for that? Do I have to put my name in the hat, Matt?
Yep.
I mean, if you want a free hat, but we know you can afford a hat, dude. And come on now.
Oh, man. They take food stamps, right?
But you could win.
Yeah,
You could win. Hey, if you win, I'll throw some of my shades in there for you.
All right, there we go.
I didn't wear none tonight. I don't have any shades on tonight, but
yeah,
I'll throw some in there for you.
So I watched a video about why you wear shades, and that was so cool. So the reason behind it was freaking epic. So yeah,
dude. You know what? And it's just so funny too, because hearing a lot of feedback, they're like, "Oh, I thought you were wearing that just because I mean, lack of a better term, it's just douchey or cool." I was like, "No, it's because I didn't realize how much I disconnect myself when I close my eyes on stage, just because I'm feeling the music, I'm doing my job, and trying to make everybody in that crowd feel what I'm feeling, but." When you close your eyes, that crowd doesn't pay attention to you. And I didn't notice that until somebody mentioned that to me. And once I started noticing, I was like, okay, well, let me try the sunglasses thing. And seems like that works a lot better than closing my eyes on stage.
There you go.
But yeah,
that's
man.
Awesome, man. We appreciate.
Well, I appreciate y'all listening in and watching those videos too, man. That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Absolutely.
It's all love, big dog. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Well, we are all going to see you next week. All of us.
Awesome.
We're all gonna we're gonna come out. We're gonna see you. We're gonna hang out. We can't wait to see what veterans win the tickets. The Triple Threat Vet podcast will be there to help you guys get around. We'll make sure that you're ready to go. And Bubba, we just appreciate you doing what you do for veterans and taking the time to recognize them and appreciate all that they do. And it comes through all the time. And every time we ever talk to you, interact with you, or we're around you, we can see that it's not just about veterans, but it's about helping in general, man. And we really appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank y'all, man. It's like I said, I came from my grandpa served, my brother served, and my cousin's serving right now, and he's in some country that I don't even know the name of. He's been in the military for a long time. So, and like him and I were as thick as thieves growing up, and he left the week after we graduated high school. So I've always told myself, if there's any way that I can give back, man, this is it's my platform and my time to give back. So I appreciate y'all boys helping me do that and giving me a platform to try to spread some kind of love to all the veterans. So thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
We love you, brother. Thank you.
I love you, brother, man. Good to see you
Absolutely.
again, man.
Always.
I love y'all guys too, man. I can't wait to see y'all next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir. We'll
all right, man. Love y'all guys. Thank y'all for all y'all do and all the service, man.
Thank
we'll
you.
see y'all next week. Later, guys.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man.
Well, how about that?
Bam.
Hey, so now we should bring Josh on and let him know to go in there and register right now. And
yeah, absolutely.
He can come down and hang out. It's only Dallas, bro. It's a couple hours.
Yeah, it's a couple hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only like 30 miles away, but you're right. It is a couple.
That guy's awesome, man. I can't speak highly enough of Bubba Wesley, man. That guy
He's good to go, man. I know that Bubba's also talking with our friend Willis up in Kentucky. They're looking to try to get him to come up there and play in Kentucky, do some gigs up there and some shows. And for anybody that's out there, man, you just got to go follow him on whatever music platform you listen to, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, whatever. The guy sings from the heart and he plays great music. So, I mean, if you're just a music fan in general, I promise you can find something that he plays that you like. He's legit.
He's also getting, I meant to give him a shout out too. He's also getting radio. He's on the radio now. He's got some radio spin. So, Falling Stars on the radio. He's got some good stuff coming out.
And let's preface this, everybody. Did you see where this guy was tonight? He was helping a friend at a bar because they need help.
Oh wow.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He wasn't out like in some place like trying to be like rock star life, man. That guy is truly a friend. He helps. He's out there helping people at bars because they need the help, and he's just, I mean, that's the kind of guy that he is, and he just resonates with us, man. So we can't wait to go hang out with him at the rodeo, see the show. You know, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Josh, Vinny wants to come down. Come on down, Josh. Short drive from Cincinnati to Houston. I mean, it's like 30 miles.
So me and Vinny was in Michigan together, man. I ain't talked to him in a while, but yeah, Vinny's he's a solid guy. He always goes by Josh, and he's gonna know that I'm gonna call him out on this. I go by Joshua, right? He goes by Josh, and he always said that he hates Joshua because he's never UA. Is that right, Vinny? I always told that. So Vinny pushed me through the season too. So there you go, UA. He pushed me through the season too.
That dude made a lot of Chiefs, bro.
Oh yeah.
That dude made a lot and was I mean, that guy, I mean, I'm sure you remember there wasn't very many Chiefs. You know how it is. Like you're going through the season, you got these 4 a.m., 5 a.m. PTs, and you know, no one shows up. Man, that dude didn't miss up. He didn't miss shit. Every PT, every event, like that guy didn't. I mean, he was engaged.
He's there.
He was all in and making goal and doing his job all in, all the time.
Hey, Josh, do you remember, this is for Vinny, do you remember that 911 tribute that we did out there in Chicago? I'll never forget that, man. I remember you gave me like one of the best hugs then. I always look back into them times. Matt, you've been through a couple of those 911 things that we did.
The 9/11 events, yeah.
But yeah, I definitely remember that. Good times with Vinny, man. So shout out to my man V for watching.
We continue that tradition when I went to San Fran and ran the season out there.
Yeah.
We did it when I went through in Michigan. And when I tell you that, you know, people that have gone through what we call the chief initiation, the chief season, it's got so many different callings or meanings now, but people said that is probably the most emotional part of the season.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the chief initiation season before COVID always happened around 9/11, right? So it always happened, November?
I mean, 9/11 was like 6 days before D-Day, baby. You had to get that 9/11 ceremony in, and then it was time to go shopping.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was great, man.
Yeah. So now, man, so where you are now, so you made senior chief.
Yeah.
Big dog status, military, big dog, man. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
2% club, bro.
Yeah,
2% club.
You know, so what are the highlights about what you're doing now? Since, you know, from when you came in to what you're doing now, what is it that you get joy out of doing in recruiting and stuff now that you're a senior chief?
Yeah, so it you know, it's different, and I always, you know, I don't even know if he's still on, but like when you talk to guys, when you're a chief. And you talk to like your CR, your ACR, so that's your senior chief and your master chief for people that have been in recruiting. But you know, they always tell you, hey, when you get to this level, you know, when you stop doing what you're doing as a chief and you get to a senior chief or a master chief level, you know, it kind of gets lonely at the top, as they say, right? And you know, you start leading other chiefs, you start leading other, you know, senior chiefs, even your peers at some point, but. I think, you know, that's what I'm doing now is I'm more or less direct, you know, leading other chiefs. And what's interesting or what's funny is I see a lot of my younger self, right? And my younger self was not always pleasant to be around sometimes, right? With other leadership. I'm hard-headed, I'm stubborn. I got a lot of passion, and that sometimes would get me in trouble, right? But I see myself in those younger chiefs. And so I think I do miss like directly leading junior sailors and leading like junior personnel. But to be able to kind of put, you know, my leadership skills and my influence on the up and coming chiefs, you know, that's something that I thoroughly enjoy, and it's a passion of mine.
That's dope, man. So what has changed with you from the time, you know, coming in? So when you talk about the development of who you are now, right? You know, and when you came in and how you saw the military when you first came in to where you are now, is it patience Would patience be a word that you would describe as what you have more of now? Or if you had to describe a word to define what you are now, or what things that you have encumbered to take on now that you didn't earlier on, what do you think those things are?
I mean, patience, yeah, but I think maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I know that's kind of like the direct opposite of being humble. Like when someone says like, "Oh, I'm more mature now," but like I am. Like, I mean, I remember having a conversation with Dwayne Rosser, Master Chief Rosser, right? And here I was, a second class, and I remember I was just like, I was a high performer, but I was always like, my leadership's out to get me, or my leadership's trying to screw me over, or they don't care about me, they don't this, they don't that. And it was always me. And I remember, I will never forget, man. He comes down to Panama City, Florida for a visit. The whole leadership comes down there, and anybody that's never met Master Chief Rosser, right, Dwayne Rosser, I always kind of compared him to Tukey Williams. Probably not a good comparison, but he's a big dude, right? And he's very intimidating, right? Very intelligent, very smart. But he comes down there and he pulls me aside. He puts me, back in the back office, and I'll never forget that moment. And I remember telling him, it just came full circle after I talked to him. I said, Master Chief, like, you're not sitting up there, in your office thinking about how you can screw over Petty Officer Hammonds, how you can put, what I'm saying, like how you can, put the screws to Petty Officer Hammonds, or how you can get Petty Officer Hammonds. And I was like, I just need to get out of my own way. And he reaches over with his big ass hand, right, and shakes my hand. He said, "Congratulations on your first learning experience on being in the Navy." And I'd have been in the Navy for about probably 6 or 7 years at that point. And I think that was like a turning point for me. Was like, what? Like, it ain't about you all the time. You know what I mean? And I was just a recruiter. I was not in charge of anybody. But I think, like, and I mean, it's not like I just got it then that day, but that was like the starting point of me to realize that, like, leadership's not always out to get me. And I had to have conversations with Dan McKenna, Master Chief McKenna. He had to break me down, and even as a chief, and say, like, hey, man, like, it's not always your leadership's fault about this, that, you need to take some freaking responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just think experience and a little bit of maturity to realize that we're all just kind of cogs in this machine, and you just need to take control of your lane, and your lane is whatever you're responsible for.
Yeah.
And if it's people, then take responsibility for people. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Recruiting is a very stressful job, right? On all aspects. I know, I don't know. I haven't been in it for a while now that I've been retired, but I know that it's a lot of pressure. You deal with pressure all the time. You have, what do they call it? 36 1-month tours when you take on a recruiting job, right? Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of times that pressure and that stress that you have, it can take a toll on you. Has there ever been a time, Josh, that you say that you felt like you weren't okay?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What did you do to get yourself?
I mean, was that?
And what did you do? What are some things that you did to help get yourself out of that? Or are you still dealing with that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's. I mean, yeah. I mean, I still, and that's where you need to be. Even no matter what your layer of leadership is, I think you need to be open and honest with where you are sometimes. And even look, here's the deal. Just because you're a chief, a senior chief, a commander, a lieutenant commander, we got lieutenant commanders, we got captains, we've had admirals make that ultimate decision, right? To take their life because they were under some type of mental health crisis. So it doesn't matter, just because you're not immune, right? And your age, you're not immune to where you're at. But yeah, I mean, there's been times, throughout my career, both as a non-recruiter and, as an air crewman and even as a recruiter, that, I've been stressed out to the point of, this is just really difficult and really hard to process sometimes. Somebody told me a couple of years ago that being in the military is kind of being institutionalized. You know? And, I didn't never really understand that until you realize that, there's a lot expected of you. And sometimes it's hard to, match those expectations and keep that afloat sometimes. But I'll never forget, there was a time where I had to call my wife, and have her meet me, at a place and said, hey, you know what? I'm okay, but I just needed to call you and I needed you to meet me here, and my wife is my best friend.
Yeah.
And, she, yeah.
Yeah. But you knew you had to make that call.
Yeah. So, and you got to be okay to make that call, and that's the thing is you got to have people in your network, in your circle, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be okay with saying, hey, I got a problem and I need some help and I need to fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up.
I think you can get a little taboo though. Yeah. It's always taboo. But I think the higher you go up, you have to almost like mask how you feel. Like,
for sure.
And I think Scott and Matt and Al, I think you guys can vouch for this. But once you make chief, it's like nobody cares.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You learn really quick when you go through that season that it's not about you anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's not about you. It's about the people that are under you, the people that you lead, the people that are following you, right? Because when you put khakis on and walk into the door on Monday morning, they're going to go, Chief, what do we do? Mm-hmm. They don't give a shit if you've been a chief for a day or 10 years. You're wearing khakis with an anchor. It's time to go to work, right? So we try to instill that. But the thing that I would tell you, Josh, coming from where you're at, right? We all have seen that from leaders in the military. We come in, we don't know shit, right? We're working hard. We're trying to figure it out. And then we ascend that ladder, right? And so then you become comfortable. You make chief, and now you're leading people, and you're doing what we call all the time God's work. We're leading sailors, or we're leading soldiers, and we're doing the work that it takes to defend the country. The biggest challenge, me, Al, Scott, Ty, a lot of the people that are in our comment section today have found is that getting out is the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
Because now you've gone from leading people, right? And people care about what you say. That's one thing we talk about a lot is people look to you to make the decision because you have to have the answer, right? There's no choice. You need the answer. It needs to be made. Let's go. And then you walk out and, the Monday after you retire, people are like, I don't even care. Like,
right.
Yeah, you ain't shit no more, really. I mean, you're like, what?
So I would tell you that there's a lot of time where you need to prepare for that because in the civilian world, people, like, we learn a certain skill set to work together, be a team, know what it's like to work with everybody that's different than you, and everybody has one purpose, right? Al talks about it all the time. I'm not down there for country. I'm down there for the people to my left and my right. That's what's the most important. They got to go home to their families. They got to go home to the people that they love, the people that are counting on them. It's all for our country, but you get to there's more of a deeper bond than that when you get into those things. So what people don't realize in the civilian world, right? We'll give advice or we'll offer, answers or anything. But it's too direct. We're too direct. Like they're not kind of ready for that. You know what I mean? And so there's a big learning curve to that. And once you learn how to kind of go through that, it kind of makes it easier. But I would tell you, because you're coming up on it, right, Josh? You said a couple of years. The best thing you can do when you get out is surround yourself with a veteran community, the VFW, the American Legion, a nonprofit. People that have come from the world you've come from is going to be the easiest transition.
Yeah,
because you're going to be able to talk to them about their struggles. What kind of things did they deal with? So for anybody out there that's getting out, find your veteran community. That's what's going to help you. That's why we do what we're doing right now, right?
Yep.
So Matt, Josh said something. Josh, you said something that I thought was it kind of when we started talking about Chiefs and Chiefs season, bro. And I don't care how long you've been out or where you're at. Like we all immediately go back to that moment, right? That place and time, right? It feels like it just happened yesterday, right? Like, you have this feeling. But for me, looking back, if I could change one thing, to be completely honest, is like you said, like the whole, it's not about you anymore. It's not about you anymore. It's not going to ever be about you again. It's not going to be about you again. And I push that same thought process, right? And there's a reason behind that, right? That's not just us saying, don't give it, but if I could go back and do it again, the greatest, I guess, one of the greatest thing in my military career that I had the opportunity to do is before I left North Carolina, I was ACR North Carolina at Raleigh. I had the opportunity because of COVID, we were broke up into TAOCs, right? So I had the opportunity to push my own season, right? And to kind of act like the CMC and do everything and do the final acceptance. But if I could go back and do it again, I would make sure that I caveated that whole "it's never about you again" ever, was to make sure that, and I'm sure there's chiefs out there that are doing it, but make sure I reminded those individuals and I pushed the narrative that says, hey, it's not about you anymore, but you ain't good to anybody at all if you ain't taking care of yourself first. If you don't have your shit in one sack and you're not okay and you're stressed and I think, and I got blinded by that whole, you're not, it's not about you, not about you. So in my head as a young chief, I was thinking, man, I've got these issues and I got this shit I'm dealing with, but it's not about me. I can't let that through. Like, and Dan nailed it. That big mask, right? You put on a mask, but so then all of a sudden my stuff is falling apart and, I'm having troubles in my home life and I'm having financial or whatever, right? If I could go back and do it again, I would make sure that I really drove home and pushed the whole, it is not about you as far as leadership's concerned, but it is about you because you have to take care of you and you have to take care of yourself first before you can ever take care of anybody else. For sure. You have to be able to have that pressure relief valve in your life to relieve pressure. Like you said, it's your wife and she's your best friend. Same in my life. My wife's been my best friend. We married for, married twice. Maybe married 23 years with a small reserve break in service, right? Yeah. But right, you have to have those people. And like Matt just nailed it, right? When you get out, it does not get any easier. Like, and my boy said Atkins is on here. Man, I love that dude. That is everybody's freaking like.
What's
that's
crazy though? Think about this, Al, and everybody that's on here, Scott, Ty, and Josh. I know the same. How many times, and we're all guilty, have you given someone some advice that you don't freaking take yourself,
bro?
Right? This is what we got to do to get you help. I care about you. I care about getting the thing you get. And then the other funny part is the people that we love and trust the most, our best friends, our wives, our spouse, our kids, all these people that are with us, they tell us the same thing that we need to do it, and we're like, nah, I'm good.
Hey, Gerald, like, my man, that's the man right there, bro. Gerald's on here.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, you're right, 100%.
Follow your own advice.
It's hard. I think it's hard.
And it is hard. It's very hard because you can't have the chink, right? You can't have the chink in the armor. I can't be the one that's weak. I have to be strong for everybody. But what we don't realize is having some vulnerability is great leadership.
I mean, you're still, at the end of the day, you're still, I mean, I always say this every single time. At the end of the day, you're still a human being.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, one of my sailors today was all like, hey, Senior Chief, you're important. I'm like, no. I'm not as important as you think I am, or you say I am. He's like, no, yeah, you are. You're a Senior Chief. I said, no, big dog. I said, my position is important, right? But I'm just like you. I'm as important as you are. And this was a second class. I'm like, you and I are on the same playing field as far as what's important.
Yep.
In you, right? But yeah, it is, and you've got to. And I've had to learn, right? I've been a chief for, since 2016. So I made chief of my 10-year mark.
My man,
right?
Me too.
And it's not a flex or anything, but like half of my naval career when I get done, and there's other guys out there that made it younger, and there's guys out there that have been a chief longer than me, but half of my naval career will be, as a chief.
Yep.
And it's like it was so much easier when I was a junior sailor to ask for help, right? But when we go through the season, they try to break you and try to make you ask for help, right? When we go through the season,
right?
And that's the piece you forget. That's the first thing I forgot. Like once I put on them khakis, like Matt said, Monday morning,
walk in the door.
I forgot.
Walk in the door.
Oh shit, I need help. I was like.
Yeah,
like
you're supposed to have all the answers. You're supposed to this and supposed to that. But and I'm not trying to ramble about it, but it's like I've had to realize even as a senior chief that it's okay for me to not be okay.
Yep.
It's like one of my
favorite sayings. Well, but the other problem is that like not to put one over the other and do the same thing that happened the whole time that I was in and Al was in and Scott was in. But when you look at the Chiefs mess itself. There was always like a stigma between fleet chiefs that were on ships and did their thing. Then you got guys that recruit and they stay there. And the problem is that like there was a divide there, and what we as CRF chiefs never really took into account is those fleet chiefs have that room to walk in, right? Any time of any day, it's on the boat. Like you can't get away from it. It's there. So you have your network there in person on deployment with you every day. Whereas us, we're horrible at it. We would just need to pick up the phone, but we wouldn't do it. We would wait until the monthly meeting and then we'd bitch and complain and talk about what we didn't like. But there was very few people that would reach out all the time and ask for help. You know what I mean? Yeah. But a lot of those fleet chiefs, what I remember them coming in, because they were in that arena where they had that sounding board every day. They just had a different mentality, right? And I don't know why, but for a lot of it, it's like we couldn't get on the same page with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was foreign to us because we didn't go through that as career.
Matt, I wonder if it's because of because in recruiting, I think it's the competition, right?
Yeah.
If you go back to like the fleet, I mean, they're competing to a certain degree for evals. It's like anybody in the military,
Sure.
But in recruiting, it's a different level, right? You have such high pressure from everywhere, bro. The pressure is all around you every day, all day, because it's not like, you've done something great. You like this fleet chief, you punched out, you go home, everything is good. Tomorrow, if I didn't fix the shit today, tomorrow it'll be there when I get there. Recruiting, it's the opposite, right? If you don't fix it today, you're gonna be in somebody's office tomorrow getting your ass handed to you, right? So you have all in the competition. So
but remember too,
competition drives success. However, it also causes a divide between people because now you're my competition, Matt. So I don't want to let you see that I'm weak or let you see that I'm having an issue because shit, you might use that against me when it's all bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors.
That's unique to us because here's the thing. I remember talking to a lot of people that were way smarter than me and that were Master Chiefs. And the thing that used to sit with me a lot when I was in recruiting is if you look at the fleet, when you make chief, you were a chief, right? You walk around the room, you're the chief.
Yeah.
But they said you don't really arrive as a career recruiter until you make senior chief.
Right. Well, it
was like an opposite mentality, right? A chief was just another person we could put in a division, run a station, do these things. And when you made senior chief, almost like you were legitimate. And I used to think about that, and it was kind of true because, we should have put more emphasis on that, right? And we kind of didn't always, but, there was few that worked out. But like it's...
Well, at what point does and I got to jump in on this one.
Sure, for sure.
What you said, you don't make it, you don't arrive until you make senior chief. Like at what point does that bullshit stop, right?
Correct.
Because I'll tell you this, I've seen a lot of people make chief that probably shouldn't have been, and I've seen a lot of first classes, right, that in their career that probably should have been chief, right? And we don't sit those boards, we don't make those decisions. But then once you make senior chief, it's like, but then you got to be a master chief. And then when you make master chief, then it's like, but now you got to go to region and you got to do a region tour, all these things. And it's a rat race that, if it's fun for you, man, go for it. But all that stuff shouldn't drive you, man. That stuff is temporary.
Well, Matt said commented, and what he said to Matt was very well. Not that comment. His first comment was, Matt, I think it's because recruiting was dog eat dog, right? And we were proud to show weakness. I think that's an accurate, very accurate statement because we like to hide not our people, but we like to highlight weaknesses of others. Like, see, look at my numbers, look at me, right? So we had a habit of that, and he's absolutely right when it comes to the SCA. Like it's very eye opening, right?
Now it's feeding that machine, bro. It's feeding the machine of you got to be number one. We got to make this goal, right? We got to put people in boot camp. We got to defend the country, and you need to be the best at what you do. You got to be the one. And so we're driven to compete to make those numbers to be number one, right? That's kind of what it was when I came in. It changes here and there, and it goes back and forth. But said it right. It's like, hey, you got to be number one. So if you got to be number one, there's what you got to do. But when you go to the SEA, you learn real quick. It don't matter who's number one.
Well,
Matt, I would that different perspective.
I will say this, when you deal with that, because we're talking a lot about recruiting, right? And you got to be number one in this dog eat dog. One of the issues that happens is what happens when that's over with and you go home.
You're not.
Your kids and your wife, they don't give a damn about what you did in recruiting. They don't give a damn about who number one you are. Right now, you're sucking as a dad because you're trying to take that recruiter mentality home, and none of us care anything about that. We're tired of hearing you on the phone DPRing all night. We're tired of hearing about somebody who couldn't go. They're tired of that, right? So when that's all off, and you got to go home, and you used to be the man, right? When you was in recruiting, you were the man. You wore the cape. You were the man. You were the go-to, right? When that's all said and done and you got to go home and you're just a man.
You're just dad and just whoever, right? I'm just Al fucking Hero now, but I ain't senior chief no more, right? I will say this too, and I'm gonna flip the coin and add a caveat, because I had a bunch of fleet chiefs that I was super cool with, right? Sean, Sean Sand and Bob Spar and all these guys that I was super tight with, because we all were downrange at one point in time. We had the combat experience together, and I argued with them all the time as a recruiter when I was in Meridian, because they were like, "Well, you recruiters," and I'll tell a motherfucker real quick, say what you want about recruiters, but let me tell you, Matt said it earlier, right? Matt was like, "Oh, they can just go into a room," and I was like, we have to do everything that any fleet chief has to do when it involves sailors or troops, right? We have to do evals. We got to do ranking boards. We got to do, nothing changes as far as what the leadership side of that coin is, right? All that still got to get done. But
often in like groups of 1 or 2.
That's what I was about to say. So talk that shit all you want, fleet chiefs, but we have to do that shit across 4 states with people who got goals and missions, and everybody's running. We still have to get all that done. And still meet missions. So we can't show up in the ship and say, all right, everybody's taking the day off. We don't give a shit about nothing else. Let's get it done. We had to get that done and make it happen no matter what. So
I'll tell you something ironic, Al. So I would say a majority of when I've been in recruiting districts, and you're sitting in it, we all seen it, like sometimes they're like 2 different messes, fleet, CRF. I hate that shit, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. For sure. I hated it too.
There's one chief's creed. There's not a CRF creed. There's none of that, right? But there's right. But every chief that was a non-recruiter chief, CRF chief, when they went back to the fleet, and I still spoke to them, I still had a relationship with, they would call me back and they'd be like, "Bro, going and being in this environment made me such a better chief when I went back out because of you got to learn communication skills. You got to
you're a problem solver. You're a master problem solver.
In the fleet,
resourceful, right?
Yeah, resourceful. In the fleet, you're leading you're leading a bunch of chiefs. In recruiting, you could be leading your peer. Like I was a first class, and I had 2 chiefs that were in my recruiting station that I was in charge of. I think you went through the season with them, Scott Marcia.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, and when I did my tour in Millington, I was the only CRF out of like 500 chiefs in a mess, and it was really eye opening. And I'll tell you what, it made me a better chief. Because I was around, a bigger chief's mess, one that didn't involve recruiting and numbers and things like that. But yeah, they told me all the time, man, I couldn't do what you do. I mean, they would tell me that,
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think at the end of the day, man, one of my favorite quotes is, "You can't go broke taking a profit." So it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a CB or in recruiting or anything like that.
Yeah.
When you're a chief and when you're in charge of people, you got to take, like I said, you got to control your lane. You got to take care of what's in your lane and what you're responsible for.
And you know this, and you know
man, it's getting hot in here.
Before you do it, Rich, I just want to give a quick shout out. I know we about to jump into this hot seat. I just want to tell Ren Bevins, shout out to, you can take me down. I don't need to be, you can take me off screen. I just want to give a shout out to my boy, Ren Bevins. He actually put my pool in this house 7 years ago. I walked outside. He was, doing his job. He's a big monster musclehead country boy. And he was like,
he's the pool recruiter.
Yeah. I ended up putting him back. We get him in the Navy, and he's recruiter of the year in North Carolina.
I met that guy.
Yeah. Me and Matt went down to his station at Civilians and hung out with him. So he's on here watching. Just want to tell you, I got you, brother. If you need anything, let me know. So,
hey, is that the guy you
yes, that's the guy. See, once again, that's the guy I called Josh about. I was like, hey, can you hook? And he did. He was like, I was like, can you hook my boy up, get him back to his family and all this stuff. So yeah, once again, that it's networking and us doing what we do. So, anyways, I'm out of here.
All right, here we go. You know what time it is. It's about that time of the podcast where we put our guests, my man Josh Hammonds, in the hot seat. I know he's seen this. I know he knows where I'm coming from, and I know he knows it's about that time to get that. So we're going to start it off. Josh, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, man. So you told us earlier that you are from the ATL. You said you're not from Atlanta. You from the ATL, right? I need to know from you, who are your top 5 ATL artists of all time?
No particular order?
No particular order.
Yeah, well, I love Outkast. I'm an Outkast fan. I love Usher. Ludacris.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris Lover. Yeah. He was a DJ back in before he became a rapper. I think. Yeah, I can't think. I mean, as far as the Atlanta music, I mean, I can't think of anybody else that I really followed. I think you got me stumped on that one.
You got 3. I got 2 more. This is ATL we talking about, man. This is ATL.
But I'm trying to think, man.
You can't consider yourself a true ATLian if you only know 3 artists of the ATL, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think and stump on that one.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just tell you right now.
Jermaine Dupri's from Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take that one.
Yeah.
Give me one more.
Goody Mob?
There you go. That'll work. I'll take the Goody Mob. Man, you was about to be, man. Everybody in the ATL is throwing rocks at the radio right now.
Yeah.
All right, you got through that one. It was a little rough, but you got through that one. All right, here we go. If you were being robbed in the alley and you knew these guys were serious, man, like they was going to do something to you, what's the one thing that you would wish that they didn't do?
Am I by myself?
You by yourself, man. You getting robbed in the alley. It's about to go down. If they gonna do something to you. What's the one thing that you be like, dog? I know y'all gonna do something to me, but don't do this.
I mean, probably would. I mean, I'm terrified of I was joking the other day. I'd rather be shot than stabbed. So just bypass that altogether.
So don't shoot me, don't stab me?
No, I'm saying if I had a choice between being shot or stabbed, I'd rather be shot than stabbed.
All right, so you say don't stab me. So if you in the alley and they about to get you, you just don't stab me.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. All right. What are your
Morgan Koch?
All right. All right. Give me your 3 guilty pleasures.
3 guilty pleasures. Probably late night candy. Yeah, late night snacks. Oreos. Peanut butter Oreos.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one right there. Yeah.
Come on, Josh. I know you're nasty, man. I know Al could tell you 3 that'll blow your mind right now.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Lauren Hammonds is watching this right now. Right?
Yeah. That's why you're in the hot seat, man. But you got to be real. You gonna cover it up because Lauren Hammonds in the house, or you gonna give us the real deal?
You married, right? Been married?
Yeah. My wife knows mine. She knows.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just about to keep it clean and simple, man. Peanut butter Oreos.
Podcast, man. You can give it to us. The world want to know. That's what happens when you get in this hot seat.
My mom might be watching this too, right?
Yeah, that's why it's hot. That's why the seat is hot. You might as well get it out, man.
Yeah, Asian.
Huh?
Yeah, wife knows about that. Asians.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 2. One more.
Yeah. Let's see. Guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I got him, man. I got him going, man.
Yeah, you got me going up now, right?
One more. What do you do when nobody's looking?
What do I do when nobody's looking?
It's your guilty pleasure. Like, it's something, even if they are looking, whatever, but something that's guilty pleasure for you.
Probably just, I'm trying to think. I do it every day at work, but it's probably just skate off from work and not do what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I don't know, social media, I guess,
All right. Got you. All right. Here you go. We're going to turn it up a notch. What would be some advice that you would give to someone who felt like giving up? They just wanted to give it all away. But you, man to man, what would be some advice that you would give them?
Find something that if you were to give it up and basically give up on life, you got to find who would that affect the most. And when you have that person or that certain somebody pictured in your mind, think about the pain that would do to that person. And that should outweigh any decision that you are ever going to have to hurt yourself or probably do, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Right.
So picture that one person that would hurt the most, who would destroy their life or impact their life the most before you do anything crazy.
For sure. All right. Now, you're a Navy man. We go by the core values of honor, courage, and commitment. Out of those three, which one is the most important to you? And why?
Honor. Yeah. So I'm a big, stand by your word, do what's right, even if it doesn't feel right. I mean, even if it's uncomfortable. I'm a big, do what's right when no one's watching. Do what's right, even if it's not popular. So I would have to say honor for sure. If you ain't got honor, man, you need to do some reevaluating in your life.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question. You look like you're a football guy.
Yeah.
In your opinion, who's better, Bo Jackson or Barry Sanders?
Herschel Walker.
No, I said Bo Jackson or Barry Sanders, and why?
Oh well, yeah, I had to throw Herschel Walker in there because Georgia boy, but Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson is probably the freakiest athlete that's ever graced our planet. I mean,
Gotcha.
But the guy had a dislocated
hip.
Yeah, hip. He ran so damn fast, he popped his hip out, And if Bo Jackson wouldn't have got hurt, right? Let's talk about it for a moment. If he wouldn't have got hurt, man, he probably would have gone down as a Hall of Fame baseball player as well.
Yeah,
a two-way player. I love me some Barry Sanders, but I got to go with Bo Jackson, and that hurts me as a Georgia fan because he's a War Eagle, he's an Auburn Tiger. So,
gotcha. Okay. All right, here we go. Josh, what do you feel is wrong with the world today?
That the whole world feels like that they're owed something and that their opinion matters. I think you see it a lot on social media that it's everyone has this instant gratification that I got to put my opinion out there and I got to put my thoughts and feelings out there and that everyone should respect it. At the end of the day, your opinions don't always matter and they hardly ever do. And they shouldn't matter to people really for that matter, unless it's your inner core, your small, circle of family and friends. But I think it's social. I think social media is the devil's playground, is what I like to call it. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. All right, you're given notice that you only have 3 days to live. That's it. You got this deadline. You got 3 days left. How would you spend those 3 days, and who would you spend it with?
My family. My wife and kids. That's no question. I mean, if I only had 3 days to live, it's every single day, and hardly ever going to sleep. But yeah, I'll be spending it with my wife and my children. And my wife and I just had this conversation a week ago that's my dream, man, is to live the last few days of my life was surrounded by my loved ones. So yeah, that's it. That's how I'd want to go out in this world.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. You've been around the military for a while. You've been around a lot of great leaders. You've been around a lot of great people, young, old, however it may come. What do you say is the best advice that you've been given?
The best advice that I was given was let your heart be bigger than your tongue, right? So what I took from that was, hey, let what's here be bigger than what comes out of your mouth. Sometimes your tongue can get you in trouble. Another one is God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so it's best to listen instead of always respond. Yeah, those are things that have driven me as a leader.
Gotcha. All right, last one. And this is for the people. This is for everybody who's out there listening. This is for Matt. This is for Al. This is for my man Ty. This is for me. It's on the line. Josh, in your opinion, which one of these two artists are better? For whatever reason you want to make it to be. Michael Jackson or Prince?
I grew up a Michael fan, so that's easy for me, right? I mean, Michael, right? But here's the deal, though, and I know this topic's been brought up many times before the podcast. All right, check it out. Prince is a hell of a musician. Michael Jackson is an entertainer, dancer, and I'm gonna tell you why my opinion matters, and I'm just being a hypocrite of what I said earlier. I never saw a grown-ass man faint and cry over a Prince performance, but you saw it all the damn time with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, okay, king of pop, best entertainer that ever lived. People still replicate Michael Jackson to this day. Usher, Justin Timberlake. I mean, performers are always trying to emulate him. I love me some Prince, but you don't see a lot of people copying Prince. So there's that.
There you go. All right. Yeah! You heard it, ladies and gentlemen, live.
Hey, look at the smile on his face right now, dude.
I was having a bad day. My day just got better, man. Listen, I appreciate you, Josh. I don't know if you did that personally for me or not, but I would just tell you personally, you made my day, my brother, and I appreciate that. Not that I'm against Prince by any means, but you can't take away Michael Jackson, man. You just can't do it. And I'm glad somebody else in the world. I thought I was beginning to think I was on the island on my own. But
I don't know.
But here it goes. Here goes the bag.
Hey, if you can show me a video of a grown-ass man passing out watching Prince perform, I'll change my answer.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, people, I mean, they had like ambulances on standby putting people on stretchers just seeing Michael dance. Right? You know what I'm saying?
There you go. You can put the paper bag on all you want to. I know anytime Beat It comes on, Billie Jean, it's Human Nature, all those songs. And then, it's cool.
Who would you let take your kids out for ice cream?
It's not about kids, man.
I just asking.
It's not about the kids, man, because these things have not been confirmed, brother.
Hey, man,
I mean, he didn't ask the babysitter. He said entertainer.
Hey, you make Thriller, man. Thriller.
But this is the thing, Al. Why, even if you were worried, why would you let your kids go to Michael Jackson's house by themselves? Period. Even
because
it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna get paid. I get
See,
paid
there
for
you
therapy.
go. You said it.
Therapy, bro.
People were trying to get paid off of Michael Jackson. That's what it was, man. Man, Michael Jackson. Could you imagine Michael Jackson trying to do something to somebody?
Hey, Al, I think Morgan wants you to keep the bag on. Said it looks good.
Hey, my best look, actually.
Well, Josh, man, we appreciate you, big dog. I know the hot seat was a little bit hot. Some of them questions was kind of tight, but you did good.
Yeah, bro. I was like, man, he is giving that dude the fucking business right now.
What you don't want to get in an alley, man. I would have went right to butt stuff. Like,
that's where I was going. Hey, man, you can shoot me, you can stab me, man.
Shoot me, stab me. Don't touch
don't
me.
Put don't send me home like that.
On this doll, where do you not want me to be touched in the alley? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm thinking, man. You gonna stab me, man? Hey, but don't send me home like that, big dog. Don't send me home like that.
God.
No, hey, shoot me after that. You do that. Shoot me, please. Give me the gun. I'll shoot me.
I'm not trying to play for the alleyway Packers, bro. Don't do me like that. Let me
Josh, I thought you would have gave me some Smashing Pumpkins love. They're from Atlanta. I was like, or is it Stone Temple Pilots? One of those groups from Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't think Smashing Pumpkins.
I think it is Smashing Pumpkins. They're from Georgia.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really follow where they're from, but
man, Pastor Troy, come on.
But actually, Usher is not from Atlanta. I just hope y'all know that.
And Usher wears skirts, so he's off my list forever.
But Usher moved to ATL. Like
he represent the ATL.
So I mean, Luda moved from Chicago. I mean, Luda's a Chicago guy, but he's the most underrated, greatest, one of the greatest of all times, bro. Shit.
Is it Ludacris?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great, Fast and Furious, but I wouldn't say he's one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Bro, he's so underrated, bro. That dude spits fire.
He spits mad fire.
Mad fire, bro. Him and Method Man and him are in my top 5.
Oh man.
Thanks for watching, Doc.
Yeah.
With the Amber,
hey, what's up, Doc?
I miss Amber's post that was on there. I kind of saw it, but I'm kind of far away.
Yeah, I got 2 serious subjects very quickly. Once again, great to be here and for the conversation.
Oh,
I'm telling you, like as I hear things progress, to hear things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know much about like garrison, like we call it. Like I assume when you're talking about Fleet Navy, you're talking about the people that are out on 6-month tours on the boats and whatnot.
Yep.
So I was one of those Fleet Navy guys because I was always deployed. So a lot of those things that you talk about, like I could never have succeeded as a recruiter because my entire training was get ready to go to combat. My entire career was like that because we were.
I think you would have
in a war.
Or Ty, after getting to know you, I think you would have been.
Yeah, you would have been great.
You have such great soft people.
Yeah, you're such a personal person.
I mean, you got to remember.
Hey, bro, we know Ty right now. You ain't been down range with Ty, dog.
I was being sarcastic, right?
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say.
Yeah, that was my sarcasm. Like, he had great people skills. We've already heard the stories, but bro, I mean, you got Marines who are forced. Like, you got combat Marines that are forced. Like, I got to choose. Yeah. Like, get out the Navy or go do something that doesn't require deployment. But you got Marines who are like, hey, here's where you're going, buddy. Like, thank you for your service, recruiting, and like, bro, it's tough, bro. I mean,
yeah.
Dang, Ty can ball. She's seen it.
I used to be able to.
Yeah.
So
Josh,
Ty
would be at headquarters all the time.
What's the route for you when you get done? What do you want to do? What do you want to do when you're done?
Yeah, what do you want to do when you grow up?
Yep.
Right now, I am in the middle of getting my real estate license. Like I think retiring, Navy recruiter or something like that. But yeah, I'm in the middle of that right now. I'm going to start that venture. I'd like to get in something in finance. So I'm doing the real estate. I'm going to do the real estate thing starting off, and then maybe roll into the finance portion, loan origination.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
Me and Josh had this conversation a couple of nights ago. I told him I know a couple guys.
Yeah. I know a guy that would hire you today.
Yeah, I know a guy that. They hired me. Go figure. I got hired. Is that the same person, Matt? Matt, is that the same people that hired me?
No, not the same people. You still got that damn computer in the garage, probably.
Bro, you know what's fucked up? Here's how horrible of a person I am. I ain't gonna lie to you. I broke that computer out recently and was like, I wonder if I could use this. And they had all these security codes. So I was like Googling how to break into it. And I got some pretty damn good security protocols. So it's a pretty nice paperweight. But they never, I called the guy and was like, where do you want me to send this back? And like I felt so bad because like they gave me all the stuff to take this course and shit. And once I started doing that course, I was like, bro, I'm fucking stupid. Like,
I'm gonna fail this bitch.
These some big ass words, bro. I ain't gonna make it. Like, Matt, I can't do this, bro. Like, this ain't for me, bro.
They just asked me if I wanted to talk to people all day and send them to get a job interview. I think I'm gonna go.
They said I gotta take a class and I gotta pass a pre-test and then take a licensing exam. I was like, that shit sound like real work, bro. That
you gotta do real math. You can't be doing that.
Yeah. Right. Real math.
Hey, they were throwing percentages in there with some numbers, with some letters. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, nah, this ain't for me. I quit that day with Matt and was like, I'm going to go to and be a security guard for an armored car company. And then motherfucker said, thank you for all your combat experience. That's awesome. We're going to pay you $14 an hour and you have to defend somebody else's money for 70 hours a week. I was like, whew. Yeah, that shit ain't gonna work the way my bank kind of set up. Like, it was not gonna work right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Nope. Same thing with the real estate test. That's what Josh. I took the real estate test. I was like, oh, it's just like NK. I was online just clicking through shit. Like, it's common sense. Bro, I took that damn exam. You had to make like a 75, I think, on the pre-test to be able to take it. Shit, I cut like a 41 and was like, that shit can't be right. Like,
look, man, the real estate test. Let's be honest. The real estate license test is common sense.
Yeah.
That mortgage test.
Bro,
that's like the fucking Wonderlic, dude.
No, thank you.
For real.
Don't you have to take? I think I had to take like a personality
test.
Listen,
yeah, but I ain't never taken a test before that you could pick 3 right answers, but only one is the most right answer.
It's the best answer, not the right answer.
Right.
Best answer.
I was like, so there's 3 right, but one's the most right. So you get good luck. Like, Jesus.
So Josh, I will tell you. So I hustled Matt though. He was calling me to get me a job, and then I ended up getting him the job, sucking his ass right on in, bro. He was like, maybe I'll quit what I'm doing and work with you. I was like, sounds like a plan, bro. We got no math. There's no Wonderlicks. There's none of this shit, bro. We just show the fuck up. I mean, come on, dude.
Here, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I do want to ask one question. I was here on this. I wasn't on the podcast, but I was a fan, like commenting. And I've been waiting for this. It was about this time. A year ago. You guys were talking ball, and Coach Prime, right, just got hired at Colorado. And I think it was one of my first comments.
It was.
And I went in there and I said, Colorado's going to go 5-7, and I got laughed off the board. I think like half the room was like, I don't know about that, man. No, And I think you guys, somebody in here said Colorado was going to win 10 games.
That's Matt Johnson.
Yeah, I said that shit.
I remember those numbers.
No, I said that.
Matt's probably right. It's just going to be a couple years, right?
No, that's okay.
Next year.
But I will tell you this, that Georgia and Colorado celebrated the national championship in the same fucking place.
That's
the couch in the front living room.
After Georgia had celebrated back.
No.
Yeah.
They both celebrated the national title game in the same place, their living room. That's all I'm saying.
I was after our bowl game. I don't remember.
I think they got robbed. Don't get me wrong.
After our bowl game.
But they both finished in the same place, not number one.
Right. No, I like me some Deion Sanders.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
Coach Prime is a little too much for me as a coach, but
bro, he's kicking people off the team left and right, dude.
Nobody loves Deion Sanders as a player.
Well, of course. Right?
Cobb will fight you
Falcons, Braves, you gotta like Deion.
You see,
he's the only guy that played in a Super Bowl and a World Series, I think, in the same year.
Yeah.
Well, it was like the same week.
Yeah, the same week. Yeah.
Hey, I will tell Doc, you need to reach out to Ty because I don't know what he was like when he was with y'all, but I will tell you, he's not a small guy, right? Seems super nice, but I was in a truck with this dude one time, and no lie, like I tell my wife all the time, I was a little scared for my life. Like I feel like I can hold my own. I feel like I can. But Ty was upset. We were walking out of a baseball stadium and shit was not going Ty's way. Like not even a little bit. Like we showed up in there and they were like, we don't know what to tell you to do. And we don't know. And Ty was just like, fucking, and we left because I don't remember what I had to take my knife back to the truck. That's what it was. I had a knife in my pocket.
Yeah.
We bring it in. We turned around. We're headed back. And Ty looks at me and he's like, I'm just going to fucking vent for a minute. And then I'm going to be cool. And when he started venting and then we got in the truck and we were sitting there for a minute and he was venting, I was holding the old shit handle, making sure the door wasn't locked. So I was like, if this big fucking strong fucking gorilla of a motherfucker decides I'm the problem, I don't know what's going to happen. But just so you know, Doc, I've seen it. I have seen it. Trust me.
You're safe. Don't worry. You're safe.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I was drinking water so fast. I was sipping water like I owed him money. I was like, motherfucker going to ask me for that $5 that he gave me last week. And I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I was hurting. I was worried. A little worried.
All right. Enough of that. So, Joshua, I got a quick question for you. Who is your favorite Brave of all time?
Oh, man.
Good question.
It should come instantaneous if you're a Braves fan, man.
Dale Murphy. I mean, it better be Dale Murphy.
Now, I will tell you this. Dale Murphy.
You're a little bit younger. I'll give you a pass. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Well, who's your favorite player?
Very first memory that I have, an old memory that I have of my father. My father took me to my first baseball game. I was little.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Right. And I remember seeing, and I still can see it in my head, number 3 in the on-deck circle. That's all I can remember was the back of someone's jersey seeing number 3. And if you're a Braves fan, you know that's Dale Murphy, right?
That's important. Number 3. That's important.
Man. Larry Jones, favorite.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Chip, yeah. Jacksonville, Florida. Absolutely. Played at Bowles.
Bowles High School, baby. Yeah.
And anybody that says that Chipper Jones isn't like, top 5 third baseman of all time, or I put him up there like easily top 20, top 25 baseball player of all time. And the guy went to the left field. He played shortstop. He played third base. I mean, he's clutch, dog. He's clutch.
They were stacked in the 90s, though, bro.
20 switch hitters of all time.
You want to know how savage? Let me tell you how savage Chipper Jones is. A lot of people don't know that unless you're a
I'm going to put you on solo for this.
Yeah, so let me tell you how savage Chipper Jones is, right? Chipper Jones used to beat the shit out of the New York Mets so bad. Their stadium name used to be Shea Stadium. It's now Citibank or Citi Field. He would own the Mets. The New York Mets fan, if you got anybody on this right now,
Larry Driscoll,
they hate Chipper Jones. Like if you ask a Mets fan, what is the player you hate the most? If they don't say Chipper Jones, they're not a Mets fan. Okay? He beat the shit out of the Mets. He owned them so much that he named his son Shea after his team.
Wow.
I'll be honest, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is funny, man.
So did he beat
thank
Shea?
you.
What's up?
He didn't beat Shea, did he? Is Shea okay?
No.
Oh, so Shea, I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thanks for coming on, brother. We appreciate talking to you today, learning about you.
Yeah.
Good luck in the future. We're all in Texas except fucking hero.
No.
But we're here for you.
I'm in DeSantis country, baby. This is DeSantis country.
Come on,
bro. You can't yell DeSantis. I mean, it can only be DeSantis country now. Just Florida.
Yeah, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Like when you get your ass kicked in the race, it can only be Florida.
May. So I'll be out in Houston. No, April. I'll be out in Houston in April. So.
Cool.
When in April.
Yep.
When in April, Josh?
Yeah. We haven't got the detail. It's a work trip, but
Oh, okay.
There's always business and pleasure on these work trips.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you just let us know where all y'all hanging out. We're gonna come see everybody.
Yeah. So.
How's my boy Bert Allen doing? He's still hanging in there, Josh?
Oh God, man, Bert Allen's been in the Navy, and he's got like 34 years in the Navy, and he's not, command master chief or force master chief, but he's got 34 years out.
So when that fool was
Bert Allen, let me tell you something. When you talk
awesome.
about a chief's chief, that is Bert Allen.
Period.
That's
That dude was on the podium one time at Noru, and he probably remembers. He had a nice Harley Davidson, and I went outside to the smoke pit where he was parked, and I was like, "Who the fuck's punk ass pulled up into the smoke pit like they're special?" So I took out my, and like laid it across his seat and took a picture and texted to him while he was on the podium. I never seen an old ass. He's an old man come sprinting out the back of the building, so angry. And with sanitary wipes and shit. Like, bro, come on. It's just a little testicle juice like that. But he is a fucking awesome dude. Ask him. Next time you see Tyler Burton, like, hey.
So you put him on the drum set.
Oh, I touched a nutsack on his drum set, bro. He was so angry with me. But yeah, he's a great dude. But I don't know if he was still hanging in there.
I talk to Bird probably once a week, man. He's solid dude.
Yeah.
Solid.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys have to excuse Al Hero. He's special. He's a special guy.
We love, man. We love him. He's our. Hey, again, I got one last saying, man. My grandmother used to always say, "Hey, he may be a piece of shit, but he's our piece of shit."
That's true.
That is very true. We own that one.
Yeah.
That's when you take pictures and show to everybody. You know what I mean? Look what just happened here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, brother. We will catch you later. I appreciate you coming on. It's good to get to know you, and I appreciate you as an ATL fan. And when you are in Houston, look us up. I'd love to meet you in person.
Yeah.
Keep on doing good stuff, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been too long. Yeah.
All right, take it easy, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Yeah.
There we go. How about that? Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming guest. I know our future guest. We've not gone over this in a couple of weeks, but we got White Mike coming up next week.
Look at my brother. Look at my dude. Look at him sitting in the pool over there looking crazy with a hand grabbing a beer. That dude was grabbing a beer. I was trying to wrestle with him and fight him. This dude's smiling and wanting to grab a beer.
On 21 March, we got Ed McClain from the Warriors to Racers. That should be fun. Talk about Lonnie Martinez coming up, another senior chief, active U.S. Navy. Is that right, fellas?
Yeah. He was a CERT operator with me. He was with CERT Team T3. He was our rear 50 gunner. I told Ty this the other day, and I'll say it when he comes on. But most of my favorite memories of being downrange and doing anything high speed, this dude's involved. Like every, and I'll save some of the stories, but I don't have a favorite memory of that era of my military career that doesn't have this dude attached to it. So Lonnie Doc Martinez, he's a construction mechanic in the Seabees. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's in, I think, California somewhere, but prior to, he was a high speed operator with the Seabees reconnaissance unit.
Very cool. And for April, we got Mac Verdi, Army veteran, founder of Veteran Mortgage Solutions. He's actually had multiple veteran-owned businesses that have been very successful, whether we're talking about Viper Ballistic, Jams, and I forget the other one he works for, but I'm sure we'll talk about that when he comes on. We deployed together in 2003, so it's just a testament to the camaraderie that we build as service members. And then when we get out, sometimes we still work together. So shout out Mac Verdi. That's going to be fun having him on.
I will say this, man. You damn Army guys, man. You guys in them damn foreheads, bro. You guys are winning, brother. Every single person that go back, man. Look at that shit. I could draw a whole nother face on that shit. Between his eyebrow and his hairline, I could put a whole other face on that damn thing.
Like a twin.
God damn. But hey, welcome, brother. Welcome. You know what I mean?
Hey, it looks like you ain't getting no $500 discount on your real estate mortgage. Shit.
I'm just messing.
And then Marcus McClinton, Kentucky player. This is Al Hero's buddy.
Yeah, he's a great story. He's if you want to hear some good old school like Jaheim style music, look him up. He got some albums out. He's on all the different platforms as well. But that's him singing national anthem. Just a stud. I mean, this guy was in the league, played in the NFL. I think he got a Super Bowl ring with the Patriots as a safety, and then once his career ended in the NFL, decided he was going to join the service. He's only been in probably almost 4 years now. He's already a first class petty officer doing really, really amazing shit. So yeah, I'm excited for him to come on.
That's good. That's the resiliency that's built, man. That's amazing stuff.
Julie asked if you've seen Willis's forehead.
I have. You know,
he's always wearing a hat, bro. He's covering that thing up.
Smart. He's smart. He covers it up.
You can see it right there. That's a 5 minute. That qualifies.
There you go.
Damn, Julie.
That's all right.
Remember, he did try to join the Army, and they told him no.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he was a Marine. They were like, for one, you're too smart. And
how many
your penis
crayons
is
you
way
ate,
too
bro?
big. Yeah.
Nope,
His breath smelled like red crayons. They were like, no, bro, not happening.
Men with big foreheads are good in bed.
I mean, look at Kevin Cash. Y'all seen his picture? He got a hell of a forehead too.
Yeah, maybe so.
Damn, bro.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time that we say goodbye to all our friends and family. Not forever, but just for a shorter period of time. We will see you guys again in about 6 days and some hours if you come back. And I hope that you come back. My name is DJ Royal T. You have been listening to the Triple Threat Bet podcast. Myself, DJ Royal T, my man Al Hero, my man Matt Johnson, and my man Ty Cobb have entertained. You guys have also learned about my man Joshua Hammond. Shout out to him. You also saw today a sneak peek of my man Bubba Wesley. You know what I mean? Special moment for the podcast. Happy that you came back. Happy that you have continued to carry on and be part of the Triple Threat Bet podcast family. All you guys who are listening, anywhere that you have listening, we had some newcomers that came in today. My man Vinny Johnson. Hey man, appreciate you guys. Keep on listening. We are the Triple Threat Bet podcast, man. We're out here just trying to spread the word of love, friendship, and all that good stuff. And we're happy that you guys are here with us. So it's that time for us to say goodbye. You know, my thing to you guys is, if you made it back again this week, you didn't do the unthinkable. You thought about it, and you're here today. I challenged you guys last week to take a picture of yourself, you know what I mean, and put on there, what are you going to do about it? I even did it for myself. So I began waking up, going to the gym, and trying to get myself back. I know it's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight, but it's happening. As long as you're making it happen and you're trying to improve, you just got to take those small W's, them small wins. You got to get enough wins to get to the Super Bowl. And if the Super Bowl for you is getting yourself in shape, then you're going to start taking those wins, getting up, working out, moving around, and you'll get there. So with that, I'm going to bring my brothers back in, and we're going to go ahead and sign off. We're going to go ahead and give it to my man. You know who he is, the big Al Hero on the top. What you got for him, big dog?
No, I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm going to kind of echo what David Willis just said. Make sure you check on your brothers and sisters this week, right? You know, it doesn't take much to do it. And always ask that next hard question, right? Make sure everybody's doing good. And like Scott said, make sure that they're here next week. They're here tomorrow. They're here just every day, right? I love everyone out there. If you need anything, we're always here. You can hit us up on our social medias. Reach out if you need anything, and we'll reach back. I promise you that. But I love everyone. And again, like I always say, don't ever sweat the petty stuff, baby. Pet that sweaty stuff.
Yeah!
To my man, Matt Johnson, the man who's doing so many things, man. You are a man of many wonders. I always compliment you and the wife, Becky, for what you guys do. Your commitment to first responders and veterans, man. I'm just happy to be your brother, happy to be a friend of yours. And I'm going to give you the time to say what you want to say to the people, my brother.
I appreciate that. What I do want to do is, I think it's Doc Amber. If you want to know about the Birdo Fight Show, you just need to go to last week's episode. Go to about halfway in, you'll catch him and you can watch the whole thing. So that's the first thing. Second thing is just take care of each other out there. If you're a veteran, find your veteran community or find the community that helps you give back, because that's what we all strive to do when we get out. And just, follow us and see what's coming up next. If you go to the website now, you can buy some podcast merch. There's some other merch coming out pretty soon. And then we also always have our co-branded solutions. So we can't wait to see everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
My man. Yeah. And to Mr. Wax Poetic himself. You don't really hear him say a whole lot of things, but when he does speak, you listen, because it is my man time. It's my big teddy bear, my big dog, my brother from another mother who I love a lot. T.Y., Wax Poetic for me one time. What you got for us, brother?
Well, I took the picture. I have a goal, so I'm probably going to put that out. I didn't have the courage to do it today, so that's why I sent it to y'all. We might just have to put that out next week on the show. But look, it's a journey. My goal is to lose 81.6 pounds. I forget exactly what it was, 355 or whatever. I'm trying to get down to 280. And so it's begun. I feel pretty good. My back's feeling good. Got some medication. I do have a surgery probably upcoming, but we're going to make it do what it do. I appreciate all the support.
My man. I see my man Byron Brown popped in. Hey, Byron, I see your post, man. I watch your post. Good dude, man. I see you out there doing good stuff in the real estate thing, man. So keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, what's up, B Brown? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. B Brown.
Thanks for popping in, brother. We appreciate you, man. You know,
so this is Brown Realty.
There you go. All right, you guys. Like I say, Big Hot Tizzle is about to be out of here. I will tell you, hey man, every day you have a chance to explore those 2 C's. You have a choice and a chance to do better. I tell you, do that. All right. If you know somebody that you may think is having some troubles, whether they say it or maybe they might just be a little off, maybe they're a little unlike themselves, reach out, man. Give them a good conversation. Sometimes just having that conversation gives them a reason to move on, a reason to look at things from a different light. You owe that to them, right? Because you will want somebody to do it for you. So I just ask you guys to just be on the lookout for that, all right? And also come back next week. I am DJ Royalty. This is the Triple Threat Vet Podcast. I want to say to you guys that we love you. We thank you. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you again next week. All right? Peace.